Hello.
Good morning,
Hello.
Bezogia. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whichever time zone you're in. Benji's looking fresh.
And just
Nick's not.
looking like he's got the beauty cam on.
Yeah, I've no idea what happened to my to the video today. It's yeah.
Benji turned albino. Benji turned albino since the last call.
Why the haircut? I thought this time we were going to public launch.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said to beta, but I think because if honestly to public launch it might be a bit too long. A bit hard to manage.
I think your wife would maybe kill you if you went all the way till the public launch with that hair.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have anything to add on? Thank you everyone for joining. Maybe we'll give everyone a few minutes to join. We have a lot of people on YouTube coming in. Just let me double check that everything's gone live on all the platforms on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm not ignoring you
we're
guys.
We're live on LinkedIn, we're live on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and obviously on YouTube as well. So,
and most importantly, like, comment, and subscribe. Please like, comment, and subscribe, guys. If you've not subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. And we'll get started in just a few minutes. But I'm like, Benji, you are definitely looking very pasty today. There was something that happened. We have the same camera, and the same thing happened to me. When I turned it on today, I was like bright white. Yeah. So I think it's some sort of software or firmware update for the webcam.
Yeah.
I had to adjust all the settings with Malcolm. I was like, Malcolm, do I look bright white on your screen as well? And he's like, yeah. So I adjusted it.
Steve.
It was just completely white, yeah. So, okay. Excuse me.
So Bob, you asked if Zach's going to join. He's in the US right now, so it's very early for him, but he may, I don't know if he's going to make an appearance later on.
I think, Benji's maybe got his, the Chinese one is called Meitu Xiu Xiu. Maybe he has the Meitu Xiu Xiu on.
I think it's mostly because I shaved. So I look like...
I think it's just... I think it was just camera. Maybe your wife just installed some beauty filters on your computer or something.
I wouldn't be completely surprised if she did, but yeah.
Okay, so let's
So Kostas, he's in Zach's in Seattle, so it's 7 a.m. for him. Although he may be awake already, but yeah, I think he's more of a night owl.
Yeah,
but let's see. He might join. He might join.
Exactly right. Let me. Yeah, I think we should. So we're switching things up a little bit with the agenda on the AMAs. I think people will be happy to see the first section that we're going to go over this week. I finally have a dedicated section to myself that is not the Q&A. So we have the blockchain section. We may also in the next few weeks bring on our lead blockchain developer, Usman. Maybe he'll come on and share some of the updates more in detail. And he might come on once a month or quite frequently to give updates from his perspective, give a bit more in-depth. But I'll at least go through. So for a lot of the people that are on Twitter, you may have seen I shared a bit of a thread about what we are doing on blockchain. There's actually a lot more than that going on, but that's just the main things that the sort of high-level things that we're working on. So I'm going to go through basically what I shared in my tweet and maybe go into a little bit more detail for you guys. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments, and we'll answer them at the end.
And remember, just before Steve, you start that we're giving away merch. So anyone who asks a great question or comes on at the very end and does it live on camera is going to definitely get a cap. But whoever asks the best question as a comment is also going to win a prize, and we'll pick that winner at the end.
Yeah. So make sure you come on at the end. We'll drop the link so that people can come up at the end, and we'll bring everyone on to ask live questions. We had a lot of people last time. It was, I think that was the biggest turnout we've ever had in terms of people coming up and asking questions. It was great. So hopefully people won't be shy this week, and we'll get a lot of people up to ask questions again. Okay, so the first thing that we've been working on is cross-chain NFT marketplace. So if you'll see my tweet, this is basically an NFT marketplace with a cross-chain bridge integrated. So basically, you're able to list your token for sale on ETH or on Polygon or BSC, whichever chain you want, and buyers can buy on any chain as well. So unlike OpenSea, for example, right now, if I list an NFT on OpenSea that's on ETH chain, for example, even though OpenSea supports Polygon, you can't buy that ETH NFT on Polygon. But because we have our own NFT contracts, we're actually able to create a cross-chain marketplace, because we can burn let's say I list my token for NFT for sale on ETH. Someone buys it on Polygon. We can actually burn that NFT on ETH and mint a new one on Polygon. And what that allows is someone can essentially just buy an ETH NFT directly on Polygon chain without having to have any funds on ETH at all. And they'll just receive the NFT directly on Polygon. So that's the first thing that we're working on. The second thing, which is the same marketplace, but just a different aspect of the same marketplace. And this is actually the most exciting part of the NFT marketplace, I think. So because we are marketing the game to non-crypto people that maybe even don't have a wallet whatsoever, we still want them to be able to take part in the whole NFT trading side of the game. And so one thing that we really want to support on the marketplace is the ability for a player who doesn't have a wallet to list a weapon that they've minted for sale. So they might have minted a weapon or armor, anything in-game. You'll be able to list it for sale directly in the game or on your Zoji Labs account. And someone can buy that on-chain before it's even an NFT. So you have it in your game account, you list it for sale, let's say for $100. Someone on Polygon, ETH, BSC, whichever chains we support at that time, can buy it. And as they buy it, it will actually be minted on chain. And then you'll receive $100 credit in your Zoji Labs account that you can withdraw to any wallet that you want. Or you could withdraw it directly to an exchange if you wanted as well. Of course, in future, we'll also look to have some fiat off-ramps so that players can essentially play the game, list their weapons for sale, sell them to people on-chain or other players in-game, and then receive the funds directly into an exchange account, essentially. They would have them into their Zoji Labs account. They could transfer them directly to an exchange. So you could go the whole way through the game making money out of playing the game by selling items, but without ever having to have a wallet whatsoever. As you could just transfer all your the money you've received for selling your items directly to an exchange. So that's something that's I think is really cool that we're working on. I've not seen any other projects with a similar sort of product. And the reason that we're building that is because the game is targeted at non-crypto people. So it should make the earning aspect a lot simpler for people that don't necessarily have a wallet, and some people might not even want to have a wallet. So it makes it much more accessible. Then we're also working on the in-game NFT withdrawals and minting. We're also working on the token withdrawals. I'm not sure if that's a future point. But basically, we have the signature system for people to be able to withdraw NFTs from the game. Hopefully very soon, before I think the goal is before open beta that we'll have this working on testnet. So any weapons that you mint in the game, you'll actually be able to directly withdraw them on chain. We'll begin testing that hopefully before open beta. Should be ideally in the next few weeks. It's actually almost finished on the blockchain side of things. We then just have to go to the in-game integration and the Bezoge Labs account integration on the website. So that's also going to be really cool to test out. People will be able to start minting NFTs on testnet. Yeah, we then have the migration of the Bezoge and Origin blocks onto ETH chain. So some people have been asking questions. Actually, we do plan to support ETH. We want the main chain for Bezoge and Origin block to be ETH, mainly because that's where all of our tokens are. So for summoning, it makes it easier. But we do also want to support every chain. So the goal is also to have the token, a wrapped version of MBOK and a wrapped version of Bezoge on any chain that we support. That the long-term goal is to make sure we have a wrapped version on any chain. So you should technically be able to summon on any chain. It's just that you'll have to use a wrapped version of the token if you want to summon on Polygon, for example. So that's something we work on. The main thing that will be a big difference is there'll be two different collections. So for the Bezoge and Origin block, there'll be two separate collections. One will be the Origin blocks, and one will be the Bezoge themselves. So when you summon from an Origin block, you'll actually burn the Origin block itself, and then mint a Bezoge on chain. The main reason for that is to make sure we have it'll be a much better experience on OpenSea with the metadata being updated, because right now sometimes people had issues with buying what they thought was an Origin block, but actually it was already a Bezoge because the metadata hadn't been refreshed yet. So there's a little bit of an issue with that. And this will also allow people to very easily find Origin blocks and Bezoge and to know the populations. At the moment, it's a bit awkward to see the population of Bezoge versus Origin blocks. So it should make everything a lot easier. And then my next point will come up. Oh, I think maybe that's my last point that I had, actually. Was that the last point? Oh, yeah, that's the main things that we're working on blockchain. There's actually a lot of other things going on. There's quite a lot of things that I can't necessarily discuss directly on the AMA. We had a very long call with all the blockchain devs today. We added a new dev to the team actually very recently in Pakistan, a new blockchain dev. So we're able to push things out a lot faster. All of them are maxed out on development right now. They've got tasks. I think they've got tasks for about the next 3 to 6 months already in their pipeline. So they've got plenty to do. And the speed that we're developing now is increasing significantly. Now that they're all in the flow and all three of them are working, the workflow is significantly faster, and expect to see a lot more blockchain developments over the next few months because there's a lot in the pipeline. There's, like I said, there's a lot that we can't really mention. I know Doglord and Nick and Malcolm were all on the blockchain call today. There's a lot of really cool things going on. But like I said, we'll give bi-weekly updates on that, and so you should begin to see a lot more on the AMAs themselves. Benji, do you want to go on to the game development?
Sure.
Do you want to start off with the images, or do you want to show some videos first?
We can start with the images. Yeah. So like we worked the starting area of the game, because that's like pretty important, as like everybody will see it very quickly. So we want to give a good first impression. So it looks quite a bit nicer. There's like a few things we need to clean on it, but I think it's already a big improvement to make it nicer when you join the game. So there's like more things to see within this area, and also it's like a good place to start like the onboarding quests, and where you see your first NPC in the game. And so in the last updates, we've added like the first steps of the kind of onboarding quests of the game. So it's still at this stage it's still a bit confusing, because there is not like the full UI that's linked to it. That's something we're going to add very soon. And
sorry to distract you, Benji.
That's fine. Actually, I just got a haircut. That's why I like not a very complete haircut, but like kind of afro, but like and so there are like some first steps of the onboarding quest at the beginning of the game. So that's like we're kind of still testing it, but it should be right now. It's kind of it's most of it, like all the important features are working, and we'll make it, of course, much more clear in the future, showing rewards, etc. That should be in the next update of the game. Also, maybe you can show. Yeah, I can show the next image. So yeah, that's like one of the NPCs in the starting area. And yeah, maybe like we could show like the video, like we are doing. We've added the bow and arrow into the game. It's a lot of fun. I mean, there's still a lot of things we need to tweak for like the animations and stuff, but it's already.
Oh, we'll go back to the start. It started from the middle of the video for some reason.
Yeah.
I believe you're fighting a troll in this video as well, Benji.
Yeah, which is also a new enemy in the game, and so yeah, you can switch between weapons. So that's like that. I think with the bow and arrow, it makes a lot of sense to have like these switching mechanics that we already had, like where you can switch from one weapon quickly to another. So when you're fighting at distance, you use your bow and arrow, then you can switch quickly to your like a hammer. And there's also the shield that we've reworked a bit since before, and we've added it back into the game.
And we have the Troll King as well, I believe.
The Troll King, yeah. So yeah, it's a stronger troll than the others. And yeah, that's the.
He won't die that. I think he won't die that easily in the game.
Sure, no, he won't die. Especially in the future. Right now, there are like a few things. Of course, we're like since we've added a few new enemies, there's still some balancing to do to make some of them stronger. And the last update, we made enemies a bit harder to kill. But I think in the future we'll keep going to that direction. And adjust to have some enemies like the basic trolls that are very easy to kill in the starting area, but to have also like very challenging enemies, especially in the more remote places in the map. So yeah, and the trolls actually so we can show a couple of NPCs. So like right now there are a few NPCs on the map. So this one is Roger again, who's rejected modernity to go back to monkey. But like, I mean, there are like a few that are kind of references to things in the real world. But there are also more like serious NPCs on the map. There's the one, I think there's one for the...
we have Investor Bobby who likes those curves, I think he says of you.
Yeah.
He's watching the charts, Investor Bobby. Not financial advice.
Yeah, so actually, I think we'll try to. We should definitely maybe in the next streams. I think
if this video is not working for some reason, it was working earlier, but no.
I haven't seen that either yet.
Yeah, it's Doglord the Philosopher, and he says you talk to him, and the camera pans over to the clouds, and he says it's a cloudy day.
Yeah. And by the way, about that, like the day after tomorrow, we'll do a stream. Tomorrow wasn't possible for Samuel, but like the day after tomorrow, we'll do a stream. It should be at 7 p.m. China time, so 11 a.m. UTC. And at the beginning of the stream, for the coding part, we'll add a few NPCs. So if you want to be there, it should be a lot of fun to add some NPCs.
Yeah, the NPCs, there'll be more and more of those. And the main thing we've been working on is stability. I think people will have noticed in the most recent version, the game is very stable now. So most of the glitches and bugs that we had and instability issues we had in the first week or so are all resolved. And from what I can see, I was playing the game and the game was completely smooth for me. And I've been watching the streams of, there's one Scottish guy that has been streaming the Game of Time. He was streaming into Discord last time, and everything looked very smooth for him as well. A lot of the bugs that were existing in the beginning are all gone. So it's good to see that the most important now the game is stable.
The main bugs, I mean, there's like always a few. I mean, there's like in beta, I think all the time there is always be like a list of bugs since we're adding lots of features. There are like a few things we want to fix, but like right now we are something that is quite playable. Like there's no major issue most of the time. So there's of course like we'll keep improving, we'll keep fixing stuff, but like a few bugs with like the field of view, some connection issues, the map also showing the icons too big and stuff. All these have been fixed. So yeah, that should be.
Yeah, that main bug that a lot of people were opening the game and it was just gray, and there's a funny reason for that. It seems like it was to do with the field of view. The default for some people, they opened up the game and it defaulted their field of view to 0. So literally they were zoomed in to the point that they could only see 1 pixel. So that's why they were seeing one colored pixel. And so for most people, it was gray, I think. I think it's because in the middle of the screen is kind of gray. So when people were coming in, they just saw a gray screen. It's because you were zoomed all the way into 1 pixel. So a lot of little things like that were happening to some people and not others have all been resolved. And that's what beta testing is for. So.
One thing I wanted to add, Benji, you're talking about the stream tomorrow, just so that everybody's aware that it's a very interactive build. So you can come in and give suggestions and help create the world. And Benji and obviously Samuel are super open to it. So when they're creating these NPCs, if anyone has any funny ideas, things that they want them to say, types of NPCs we can throw in there, different meme characters, etc., then yeah, like come in and contribute to the project. You can do that by joining the Discord, and there'll be the voice channel, I believe, that everyone can speak, and then otherwise you can just watch it live on YouTube and kind of sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, this time we'll stream also on Discord at the same time, so it should be like really like in real time on Discord, and it should be there shouldn't be too much lag and stuff. So it should be really easy for people to interact, and that's the goal. Like I think especially for NPCs, I think you guys will have like a lot of funny ideas, especially since I'm not always like like some. I don't always have like inspiration for them. So if you have some ideas, funny ideas or like interesting NPCs and stuff, or quests, we could always also start to.
Some of the community ideas have been fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the ones that we might work on a stream, I think it would be a good stream to do, was the idea that we have some sort of maybe even a seed phrase that you have to go around and collect. Like, like in Mario with the red coins, where you have to collect all the red coins and they're hidden in different areas of the map and you just have to find them all. Someone had the idea that we could do like a seed phrase floating around in different areas, because the map is so big, right? And there's a lot to explore. We could have some different words of a seed phrase maybe scattered around the map in different colors, and you have to go around and collect each color, maybe like 12 words for each color, one for each breed, and so 8 different sort of treasure hunts essentially, and you have to go around and collect all the different seed phrase words. I think that would be a really cool thing, because there's so much to explore on the map. So community ideas like this are things that we can definitely explore and potentially add in, because these would be cool little side quests and just extra functionality to the game. Because there's so much to explore at the moment, but there's nothing to find, if you know what I mean. So adding in these simple little functions can maybe be quite easy to conceptualize on a stream. Whether they would be fully fledged out on a stream or not is a different story, but at least a basic concept could be done in a stream, and I think that sort of thing could be really fun. Running around collecting the different words of a seed phrase for each breed would kind of be fun, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
we could
definitely.
change the locations. We could frequently change the locations as well, so that it's not just the same all the time, and people can just find online exactly where it is. It could be cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, I just saw like a comment from Jacob the Great asking like if we're reading the tickets, and do we need to keep making tickets? Yeah, sure. We read them. Like sometimes we're a bit slow because like there's like tons of stuff to do with the beta. So sorry if we don't always answer. But it's still useful to write them, reread them. Like we should. I think like right now, since we fixed the most game-breaking things, we'll go back to be a bit more interact a bit more with this. And we're trying to add like more people in the team to the Discord who will read these tickets. So it's not just me, and like all the team will be able to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the amount of tickets right now is unbelievable. So I don't know if you can see I don't know if everyone else can see the amount of tickets. I think they can't. I think it's only admins that can see.
Only admins, yeah.
We've actually gone through and answered most of them. The other day there was like 100 of them. And now there's only about 10.
Mm-hmm.
So but we are definitely going through the tickets and answering. So actually no, there's more. I can see more. There's like 30 of them right now. So we are going through. But yeah, please do continue to make tickets, but we may be a little bit slow to get through them because there's so many nowadays. The other thing while we're on development is there have been a lot of people asking. I see this one here.
Oh, you're going to put it on?
Okay. So there's been a lot of questions about when are the beta sessions. And so we will be internally, we're putting together a proper timetable now, and probably within the next short period of time, I'm not 100% sure when we'll post it. I don't want to give any specific time we're going to post the timetable, but there'll be a fixed timetable that we'll at least have 2 weeks at a time. And so you'll know all of the test sessions for 2-week periods at a time. Most likely they'll stay the same all the time, but we'll at least very soon announce the next 2 weeks of sessions, and we'll stick to that schedule. If that allows people to get on time. We'll also have emails that will go out in advance of the sessions and when the session goes live, so that people will know you'll get an email notification a few hours before the session starts, and you'll also get a notification when the session starts so that you can come on. So that should make people more aware, because I know the sessions have been a little bit all over the place, and we kind of apologize for that, but we've been changing so much that we didn't want to commit to a timetable and then have the build not finished by that time. We wanted to make sure we were fixing all the bugs that we had before we had sessions. So that's why we didn't really make a schedule. But I think now that the game is a lot more stable, we can have regular sessions, and we'll stick to that schedule. Okay, maybe we can go on to the giveaway. Malcolm, this is your part.
The giveaway, yeah, exactly. So
the most important part of the entire AMA.
Exactly, yeah. We have to apologize for last week because we didn't have this set up, so we just posted it on Twitter. But I mean, I think it's only fair for us to be doing this live on the AMA because that's what you're all here for. So let me just share my screen, and then we will do the giveaway. So yeah, we posted this last week, and it finished last night. We had a decent turnout, 264 entries that were successfully entered into the giveaway. So good luck to all of you who entered this week's giveaway. Let's go.
Oh, drum roll.
And the winner is Leham. That's how you pronounce it.
There we go.
Yeah, Leham.
Leham.
Congratulations. We will reach out to you and we'll get your information and we'll send you that prize. of 100
Fantastic.
billion. Congratulations. That is a prize I would love to get. Maybe one day I'll enter and get it myself. Who knows?
Is it still it's still 100 billion Bezoge, I believe?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's 100 billion. Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't mind to get my hands on another 100 billion Bezoge.
I know, especially. Yeah, no financial advice. No financial advice.
Malcolm's already all in, so he's just FOMO, full
We're
FOMO.
all in, because we know the roadmap. But I mean, that's in good time. In good time, the roadmap will be revealed.
Exactly. Okay, maybe you want to stop sharing your screen, Malcolm?
Yeah, and then we'll move on to the
so Liam, we'll get in touch with you. I believe the process, is getting in touch with you directly on the official Twitter account. We'll get in touch with you. And
and I think Farwell will be reaching out, and she'll coordinate and get you that prize. So congratulations again.
Awesome. So
Liam, maybe next time. Dollard, next time. I'm sure you can.
So the Q&A first part of the Q&A. What I'm going to do first is share the link on here. And Benji has just come back. Benji disappeared for a second. Okay, is that working?
So we did. If you notice, we did do a message on.
Sorry, on you go, Malcolm.
Yeah, I was just going to say that we did do a post out on Instagram and on Twitter. So we did get a number of answers. So if you do see that for next week, then feel free to share your question there. Then it'll definitely get read out. Otherwise, come on the live stream and ask your question directly, and you'll get yourself a lovely Bezoge cap.
Yeah, that's what I was typing. Join the AMA and ask a question to win a free Bezoge hat. I'm gonna share that I've just shared that in the Telegram group. So there's a link in Telegram. I'm also gonna share it on Discord. So if anyone wants to win a free hat, please come up. Oh, Ernesto is on very quick. So for the people you'll be waiting until I've got 16 questions or something to get through before we bring people up. I'm not sure if that sent. Did it send the announcement on Discord for everyone else? My connection is dropped, I think.
I think so, yeah. No.
No? My Discord is
the announcements channel? In the announcements channel? No.
Okay. I'll continue to try and send that while we're on here. I think my connection is not working. The internet has been a bit of a disaster today, so I apologize for that. Okay, let's go through I think we asked 2 communities, if I'm correct, Malcolm. Are these questions from Twitter and Instagram?
Yeah, Twitter and Instagram questions. Yeah, we had about 8 from each, which was great. So thank you for sending those questions in.
Okay, so the first one is Willis Wonka. It's Christopher Willis, for those that don't know. I believe that's who that is. His question is, when Zoji wrapping and staking? I think we've answered this question a few times on AMAs. This question gets asked quite often. This will be directly after the MBLK IDO. So as soon as the IDO is complete, we'll add in staking, and with staking, Zoji wrapping will be a part of that. So as soon as MBLK goes live, we'll make some announcements about that closer to the time. As soon as that goes live, staking and wrapping will be available. Next question is Ron Vecchio. Hope I pronounced that correct. I want to know how the token is coming along with working within the game. I think that means, from my perspective, maybe I'm understanding this wrong, but I think with the blockchain integration, it's coming along very well. So how you'll be able to earn the game, withdraw from the game, The earning pools, we were working on that today with the blockchain team. A lot of that is coming along very well and is all on schedule. Actual integration into the game of earning from the earning pools, we haven't put that in yet, right, Benji? But adding that aspect in, adding that aspect in for how the pools work and everything shouldn't be too difficult anyway. It should be a very simple process.
No, that should be easy. Yeah. On the back
we
end,
haven't
should
added
be
it in.
relatively simple.
Yeah, we haven't added it in while we just work out how much each quest needs to, how much you need to earn so that we can have a relatively stable environment at the beginning during testing. While we get the rewards for each quest and the amount you earn for killing each enemy correct and balanced out. And once that's balanced out, they will then take that information and create the pools from that. So everything is on schedule when it comes to earning the token within the game and how that progresses. Mr. Pajamas would love to hear an update on MBLK's weapon sale and influencer / limited edition collection. MBLKs, we're still in the strategic round. We have quite a few investors already. We'll make an announcement about that once everything is official and closed. We'll definitely make an announcement about that. Weapon sale, good progress actually on the weapon sale. We're still in discussions. I can't really talk about what the weapon sale is. There's NDAs involved, but hopefully, I actually had a notification about the weapon sale while we were on this call. So there's definitely updates and things are going on. We have meetings this week to discuss. And when you hear, you'll understand why there's a bit of a delay. So hint, hint, it's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited about the weapon sale. And the influencer collection is a little bit delayed. As you very well know, once we have an announcement about that, we'll make it public. We do kind of wish we hadn't mentioned the influencer on one of these AMAs. In future, I think we'll keep that information a little bit to ourselves because there's unforeseen circumstances that have caused delays, and we apologize a little bit for getting everyone's hopes up and letting you know too far in advance. Because is that my connection bad, or is it everyone else's connection? Okay.
We can hear you.
Because your guys' video keeps flashing in and out, and I know my connection has been really bad today. But yeah, the influencer collection, I think in future we'll just announce these things as the influencer will announce these things rather than us mentioning it in advance. So I apologize for getting everyone's hopes up and letting everyone have expectations that it was going to be very soon. There's a few things that happened that have caused it to be delayed, but it's still ongoing. And we'll give an update as soon as we can. That's about all I can say about that. Right, the next question. I can't switch slides. It's not letting me switch. Is it switching for you guys?
Yeah, switching.
Which question am I on? Which one was the Mr. Pajamas slide? Number. Maybe I think my connection is bad.
Let me just there. Yeah, so we're on the next one. Shiny.
What is the next one? Because it's not refreshing for me. I can still see the Mr. Pajamas question. My connection is
shiny Sam.
Okay, I've got the questions
engine.
on. I've got the questions on another document. I'm going to open it up so I can see it properly. So we're on the Shiny Sam, Black Wolf Tinting, and Emma, that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize. My connection is really bad today. I don't know why. So we want to know when new things will be released. Weapons, staking, MBLKs, summoning, quests, and so on. Weapons very soon. Staking when MBLK is released. Same with MBLKs. Yeah, like we said on last week's AMA, it'll be pushed back probably a few months. But we still have good progress on MBLK fundraising. It's just the VC space is just very slow right now, kind of by design. I think a lot of them are waiting to allocate funds in Q4. So it's taking a little bit longer, but we should have good progress on that soon. We'll make some announcements on that reasonably soon. basically staking MBOKs and summoning are all in the same pool. They'll all be released at the same time. So after MBOK is released, the goal is to have summoning and staking released basically on day one of MBOK being available. We want it to have utility instantly from day one. Quests. Benji, you can maybe give a little bit of an update on quests. I think we'll be adding a full quest system into the game hopefully this week.
Yeah, I mean, the quest, basically the quests are already kind of working. Like the functioning of the quest themselves is already, they're already functional in themselves. What we need is the UI for it, like for the rewards and for the quest logs. I don't know, Steve left, but like, yeah, so that should be, but that should be ready very soon. What we focused on the quest side is mostly on like having the basic like the systems that we can expand in the future as much as possible, and because I think the content is very fast. I mean, I think the quest themselves takes I think a quest takes a couple of minutes. I mean, maybe 15 minutes, I don't know, maybe an hour or something, but it's not very long. And so we kind of made a system so that it's relatively easy to extend in the future. And so yeah, the quest should be ready very soon. I mean, should be fully functional very, very soon.
The quests, in fact, are already in the game.
Yeah.
Right? They're just, we don't have the quest log. The quest log is actually already complete. We've just not added, we've just disabled it in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just opening up the AMA slides. I think when I refreshed to try and fix the connection issues, it removed this pitch deck. But yeah, the quest should be, Benji, I don't know what you said while I was away, but I think the goal is to update this week, maybe early next week.
Should be I mean, it will be in the next update. Next time we push an update, there would be more stuff for it, and we'll see. It's this week might be a bit tight because what we're trying to do right now also is internally, because we have an international team, and we kind of want to like be able to scale a bit better the development and like improve some processes. So this next maybe 3-4 days, like one of the big things we'll do internally will be to kind of migrate like our version control to something that is a bit more stable and better suited for the size of the project. And so that will take that might take a couple of days this week. So we might do the next update for this 2 weeks from now. But the features are like the progress is the same. I mean, the progress internally is very fast, but it's just we'll do an update whenever we do, because if we do too many updates, actually it might slow down a bit the development.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, the roadmap, there's a few things that might be a little bit behind schedule, but everything is still moving forward. We're still pretty happy with the progress, and I'm confident that most of the things will still be on schedule for sure. Right, let me. So Quizan, I believe Quizan, I think he told me last time how to pronounce his name. When in-game skills, when leaderboards, when more mobs in-game, what's going to happen with gas fees if not minting on Polygon? In-game skills we're actually working on right now. There's by in-game skills, I think we mean weapon skills. We're creating a weapon skills system, so different weapons will have different abilities. That should be reasonably soon. I don't want to start giving exact dates on anything, because I don't want to let anyone. Yeah, I don't want to let anyone down. It will be reasonably soon. It's coming along. Should be very soon. Leaderboards, leaderboards also reasonably soon. They're not in the very near future on timeline, because there's other things that we're working on, but we should have leaderboards reasonably soon. More mobs in the game. That's happening on a daily basis. Expect to see a lot more of these easier to kill mobs running around, like trolls, for example. I love the trolls, by the way. When they run at you, it's one of the funniest things. We want to have big groups of trolls that run at you as well, which I think will be really funny, because they're very easy to kill. They're kind of meant to be easy to kill because they're just like, yeah, they're just very weak enemies, but we want there to be a lot of them. So expect to see a lot more of these sort of very weak enemies around the map. I think we'll be adding in a lot more of them, and we'll be adding in more mobs as well. I think we're integrating more and more enemies every day. So
Yeah.
very soon. What's going to happen with gas fees if we're not minting on Polygon? Yes, gas fees will be a little bit more on ETH. But when it comes to the minting, the summoning process anyway, it shouldn't be extremely expensive. I mean, if you're going to be spending about $100 to summon a Bezoge in Bezoge and an MBLK, then there'll be an additional cost on top, but it won't be crazy. It may be like 10-20% of the cost of summoning in gas fees. Maybe less at sometimes, maybe more sometimes, but because of the way that you summon, you don't need to specifically summon when gas fees are high. You can choose yourself, right? So I think there's quite often, the majority of the time, the gas fees on ETH are actually quite low. It's just during peak times that they're not very low. So when it comes to summoning, because it's going to be a long process anyway, with 2 transactions, you'll start the summoning process, and then you'll do another transaction to actually mint. You can kind of choose yourself when you do it, and you're not in any way obliged to do it at a very specific time of day where gas fees might be high. If you use ETH right now at low times when gas fees are not very high, you pay a very little. And I think with ETH 2.0 now, with the merge happening successfully and ETH 2.0 being fully integrated soon, the gas fees will only come down over time on ETH. So that should be fine. They shouldn't be crazy. How close are we to getting sex listings, wrapping Bezoge, and staking Bezoge? Okay, there's a lot of questions in this question. And are we still on schedule for open beta and importantly main game release? Okay, there's about 5 questions in the first sentence. Let me go through these one by one. How close are we to getting sex listings? We won't make any announcement on that. The exchanges would make announcement on that, but we're in discussion with a few right now. As always, we're always in discussion with them. Okay, wrapping Bezoge and staking Zoji. Wrapping Bezoge. I don't know what wrapping Bezoge is. Does anyone know what that is?
I think he means wrapping.
Maybe keep them warm in game. I don't know. Good jacket on there.
Okay, wrapping Bezoge. I think it means keeping them warm in the game.
Wrapping Bezoge.
I think it means
Zoji.
No, it means wrapping Bezoge. Okay, I think it's a typo for Bezoge. Okay. So wrapping Bezoge and staking Zoji, again, that would be when MBLK is listed after IDO. Are we still on schedule for open beta and more importantly, main game release in Q1 2023? We are still on schedule for open beta for sure. As we said, the main difference between open beta and closed beta is it should be a lot less buggy. It should be more complete and there won't be a waiting list. So the main thing for open beta is there won't be that current waiting list where you have to come in and wait in a line to play. You'll just be automatically added to be a beta tester and you'll be able to play without having to wait in line. Main release in Q1 2023, still on schedule for sure. Another K-Bezoge question. Yes, are we already testing the tokenomics within the game? If so, how's that coming along? I think I mentioned that earlier. We're not yet. But once we have the right data and we know how much you need to earn from each quest, from killing each enemies, and we balance that out from testing, we'll then start adding in the pools. So yeah, not yet, but during open beta is definitely the goal. When we have open beta, we'll also have a closed beta version of the mobile game. That's something that we didn't mention before. the goal is to have a closed version of the mobile game available when we move into open beta. Also, there's that kind of answers.
Yeah, James White just asked
James White's question.
as you were answering it.
Yeah,
but this would be
so we'll have a closed.
This would be a closed mobile beta. It wouldn't be open.
Yeah, closed mobile beta alongside open desktop beta. Yeah. So, would love to know what quest/adventure/storyboard looks like. It looks good. There's not a lot I can. It looks great. We're working a lot on it. We're building a lot of the lore out. Copywriters are writing out a lot of quests. I think we have a lot of quests already written out. They're just not integrated into the game. We have a process where our game designers sort of write out the quests in Chinese and broken English a little bit, and then they pass on to our copywriters, and they then who have written all the lore in the past, and we then get it into proper English and make sure everything aligns within the story. The main copywriter is always making sure everything fits into the story correctly. So it looks great so far. Maybe Benji, you had something to say as well?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's like a cool story. I think there's a few that we need to. There's still quite a lot that we need to integrate. That's where we basically have the story itself. And yeah, I think we're trying to make everything so that adding more content in the future will be easy. So kind of like right now we focus kind of on the process of adding them of the systems, and then once it's like really polished, we will be able to add much more. It's kind of like similar thing happened with the weapons. We kind of had like 2 weapons for a long time, and then we just added 100 of them, and we'll probably add like another 100 or more in the next couple of weeks, because since we finished all the process to integrate weapons, it gets really easy to add new ones. So once you have like a really solid process to add stuff, then adding content is just a matter of days.
Yeah, I think you'll see over the next few weeks as well, we'll integrate. There's about 100 more models and more weapons that we have to integrate. Yep. And then there's a whole load of the legendary, or I think we call them artifacts, like the artifact weapons, which are the highest level, the rarest weapons, which are sort of the legendary weapons, as you might want to call them. So they should be integrated very soon as well. Someone is asking me, I'm laughing every time I say the word soon. I feel very self-conscious because I have a WhatsApp group that I'm in of all the people in Scotland, all the Bezoge holders in Scotland, and they just said, since you say it 893 times in each AMA, my question is, WTF does soon mean? So I don't know the exact definition of soon, but it just means soon. That's all I'm willing to say. I'm not willing to make any more accurate description of what soon means. Soon just means soon. You can look it up in the dictionary, Graham. It's for Graham that is asking. How is MBLK going as that starts taking? I think we've covered that already. It's going very well. Recently, we're moving into talks with more and more investors. We're going a bit more aggressive on that. We have some full-time employees coming in for business development, actually, that will be basically working full-time on fundraising and making partnerships with other blockchain companies. I believe they start next week. Is that right, Nick? I think 3rd of October, we have someone starting in the Dubai office.
Yeah, 3rd of October.
Okay. Bezoge, Nick the philosopher there. Just with a, yeah.
He spoke. His mic does work.
Yeah.
His microphone does work. Yeah, it does work.
MBLK. We yet to grow that department out, right? We are still right now currently defining what the target audience is for partnerships. Look at having Web2 companies come and integrate into the game, have again much more roles in bringing more strategic partnerships onto the company. That's kind of what this role is for.
Yeah. And we have multiple people. I think someone is starting very soon. I think we just signed a contract with someone else. I'm not going to say too much
We
about
have
it.
right now, if you go on LinkedIn, we have approximately 4 job openings on our official page.
Yeah.
If anyone's interested, can apply, and if we prefer your CV, we'll definitely get in touch with you.
Yeah. But I think what I mean is there's about 2 people that are coming in now, sort of basically full time to work on MBOK actually very soon. I don't know how the second one is going along. I think Nick is maybe trying to work out who I'm talking about. But yeah, there's 2 people. We can move on to the next question anyway. But we're moving forward actively. The progress has been very good. There's more and more funds coming in. We have a lot of verbal commitments. We're now moving more into actual formal signed agreements with people, and funds are coming in. So we'll give an update on that once there's a more significant update to make. So AG Photos UK. Breeding Bezogis. I think I covered that as well. That's the last question that is written. The breeding Bezogis will be after MBOK. On MBOK launch, summoning will be available. So that is the breeding of Bezogis. I think that covers it. So I'll go back to the Q&A slide so we can continue with maybe some questions from. I'm having some problems going back to the Q&A slide here, but.
You want me to do it?
Maybe someone with a good connection can do it for me because it's just not working.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. Should we bring? I think there's some. Sugars ZSC has been waiting for a long time. B Sugars,
Yeah,
did you have a question? Well, first of all, congratulations on your winning your Bezoge hat.
So how do I talk? Chat. How God.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you. It's okay.
You can hear me, can you?
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
I wasn't sure then. Like that. I wondered when staking going to take place. What's the benefits going to be for staking? When's it going to be live?
Okay. Sorry, you were breaking up a bit there.
I wondered when staking is going to be live.
Can you hear Steve?
This phone working? You got?
I can hear you, Sugar. Don't worry. You're asking when and like what is the value of staking? When will it happen?
Yeah.
Sorry, my connection dropped a little bit there. The staking is going to go live with after MBOK. I think we covered that in some of the previous questions.
Okay.
Staking is.
It's gone again, isn't it?
Steve's connection might have dropped off there.
Not sure what's happening.
The joys of technology, innit?
Exactly. It's,
See if his connection is.
When Steve moves to Dubai, we'll have a better life. The connection will be more solid, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's a lot of issues right now.
It can't be helped, can it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well. Do you have a time scale for that then, for the staking?
Sorry, Sugars. I think my connection dropped.
That's okay. It happens.
It should be as soon as MBOK is finished, staking will go live at the same time. The main reason is the rewards for. Pardon me, I've got.
Okay.
I think still having some issues.
I think what it's trying to say is basically staking will only go live at the same time when we launch MBLK. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that'll do me.
Perfect. Thank you, Sugar. So, Farwa, our colleague, will reach out to you. So you're coming in, where are you listening from? How can we reach out to you?
I'm on Discord as well. Like, I can do a ticket on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would
Okay.
be perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
And just mention.
Go ahead.
Perfect. Yeah, just open a ticket, and I'll get that, and I'll pass you over to Farwa, who'll collect your details. Sounds like you're in the UK. We do have stock in the US, but the stock for the UK needs to be sent from China, so it will take a little bit longer to arrive. But yeah, we'll send you out a cap.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, then. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for
Perfect.
coming
Thank
on.
you.
Thank you.
I guess Steve is still having connection issues. Is there any other questions?
So we've got S at S.
Oh, Sass is
so
here.
I can
Sass is
add
here.
you. Sass, yeah. I read that S and S.
Hey,
Yes,
Sass, how's it going?
Sass.
Sass is one of the first holders of
Yeah.
Bezoge. Sorry, I've put my camera off because my connections keeps cutting off. But Sass, can you hear us?
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Hey, yes, we can.
Good.
now.
Can indeed.
How you doing?
All good, all good.
I miss you guys. It's been a while.
It's been a very long time.
Yeah,
I
but I'm
think
sure we can meet up soon.
Surely, if you're coming down in Dubai, there's a good season. I think we last met in Dubai as well.
Yeah, are you currently in Dubai now? And
Yeah.
yeah, I think I might be coming down in November, but it's not guaranteed. But yeah, looking forward to just meeting you guys. I might drop you a message and see if you're about.
I'll be
Okay.
there in November, Sass, so maybe I'll meet up.
Oh, nice. Can go and have a bit of a whiskey with you.
Yeah, maybe we can. Did you have a question, by the way?
I-
Or is your just question is, are we in Dubai in November because you're coming? Is that the question?
No, I didn't. I just logged in, to be honest, and I think you mentioned my name, so I thought I'd say hi.
Okay, are you okay? So you're just here for the free hat?
I'm here to just say hello. I've got a hat already.
Okay. Well, if you need to ask a question, Sass, in order to get the free hat.
I just logged in, so it's probably asked when is the MBLK launch?
That has been asked several times. It's been probably the most common question of the
Yeah, I
night.
probably know the answer as well.
I think you do. We'll make an announcement. But there's been good progress so far with the fundraising. We'll make an announcement once we have something more concrete to share.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, I probably need to speak to you as well. I haven't spoken to you in a while.
Yeah, feel free to DM me. We were having a chat before, so feel free to get in touch.
No worries. Thanks.
Maybe we'll see you in Dubai, Sass.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hopefully. Do you know when you're going?
Soon. The key word of this in November. I'll be there in November.
BBC.
No one knows what soon means. Yeah, just soon. There we are.
Yeah.
In November. November the 23rd is the correct date.
Oh, that might be around when I'm there as well, actually. We'll see.
Okay.
I'll try and time it. I haven't booked my flights yet, but yeah, I've got some news as well from my side, but I'm sure they're not interested in my news.
No, you feel free to reach out in DMs.
No worries.
I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything, but we could maybe host something because I know a few people are going to be in Dubai around that time. I might be over. Copywriter might be over.
Yeah.
Zach
We can
might
maybe
have
do
come
a
over
Dubai meetup.
at that point
sure
as well.
Yeah, why not? I'll be up for that. If we can plan it in advance, I'm sure we can plan something.
We can indeed. Okay, Sass, thanks for coming on. I'm going to let Cal come up and ask his question. Says his device is not connected, but thanks for coming on, Sass.
No worries, guys.
Cheers.
Cal, did you want to... I think you need to connect your microphone to the browser before you can come up. Nope. No, maybe Cal's not working. Are there any more questions maybe that we can look through from the comments?
Yeah, I've starred 29. Quite a lot of questions this week.
I'm adding an NPC into the game right now. It's Jeff Bezos that is just saying soon.
Soon.
Okay. Yeah. I knew that was coming. I'm just looking forward to Farwa making the tweets about me saying soon and my connection dropping. Okay, let me look through these questions then. So when will we get to keep our MBRKs that we've gotten from killing in the game along with weapons we've created? The simple answer is no. You won't. Maybe let me put the view back to a normal view because we had Doglord like full screen there. You won't get to keep them. All progress will essentially be lost, but we will give some sort of reward to beta testers. Maybe some sort of XP boost at the start of the game. Maybe some weapons. We'll definitely give some sort of reward to people that have been testing the game. Okay. Are you guys working on other projects that will be incorporated into the Bezoge token or even outside the Bezoge token? That's a very good question, Ron. I think the answer is no comment. No comment on that one. I'll let you do with that as you wish. Scorsagian, can you give a bit of an explanation on how the levels between Bezoge and enemies work? Sorry, I've got a cough. Can you give a bit of an explanation on how the levels between Bezoge and enemies work? Is there a sort of debuff for it? Pardon me. 1 second, guys. Sorry, I have a terrible cough. Maybe Benji can answer this question.
Sure. Yeah, like right now we still need to fix it a little bit. It's not like, but basically what we aim for is that there are kind of two things that are changing at the same time. There's one, like the level of players and enemies will have an impact on your health, on your stats overall, like especially like your health and attack. But for the enemies, like if you have a higher difference in level with an enemy, like let's say the enemy is like more than 10 levels higher than you, you would do less damage to it, and it would do more damage or more critical damage to you. So basically, that's kind of the goal, is to make it so it's extremely hard, even more than what you would just expect from the base stats that everybody has, to fight an enemy that is much stronger than you. So you kind of have to kind of go through the game in steps. You cannot like first attack the highest enemies because you basically won't do any damage. So that's the goal. There's still a couple of things we need to fix a bit for the balancing of these parts. Not everything is really fully working on that, but it has an impact on right now it mostly has an impact on the HP. It does have some impact on the attack, but like it's not strong enough, especially for the enemies. So we'll try to make it a bit more. We need to balance this part a bit to make sure that like higher level enemies, like someone said before in the chat, that they tend to do too much like to have too much HP and not do that enough damage. So that's something we'll work on in the next update.
Okay, I guess we can move on to the next one.
This may be a repeat.
When we get the participation token?
This is a good question. The participation tokens should be, we're actually going to integrate something into the website, into the Bezoge Labs account for you to claim your participation tokens. So that should come reasonably soon as well. Soon as that, the word is definitely soon. I think we'll either integrate a way that you can claim them directly, or we will do an airdrop. If we do an airdrop, it'll be even sooner. If we integrate a way to claim, which we would like to do, then probably within the next couple of weeks to a month. But certainly everyone that participated, we have records of everyone that's there, and we will put together a way for you to claim your participation token. Okay, Cal is on here now. Cal, are you there?
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, can you hear me?
We can indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I just got on. I missed the first hour. I'm driving. Sorry, if you already repeat this info. How is the beta testing going? And how close are we end of the closing beta and go start an open beta? And when can we start doing the quest testing and stuff like that? The progress of the testing.
Benji, do you want to?
Yeah, sure. So there is like a lot of things. I mean, right now we're focusing in these past couple of weeks mostly to fix issues. I mean, and finish adding the features we've started. So there's like still a few things we still need to fix, make things more stable, add more quests to have like some content to really start the open beta. So there are still a few things to do, but I think we're on a good track. And from what we've seen now, like a lot of things that we kind of wanted to test, like do people like minting, etc. I mean, of course, all these things will improve, but it's already. I mean, we've already noticed that a lot of people were really farming enemies to mint new weapons, etc. And that's kind of what we want. I mean, that's like a central part of the economy, and we see that even when the tokens don't have any like long-term value, I mean, they don't have the same value as what they will do like when we launch and stuff. People are already really incentivized to like they really want to mint because it's fun, and so I think that's I think we're on good track. The things we wanted to test kind of worked. There's like a lot of course, a lot of improvements we need to do before open beta, but yeah. Right,
great, thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed the beta. The game is progressing amazingly with the graphic gameplay. But I know a lot of members try to get on. So when you anticipate to open the closed beta more frequent and longer session just for other members to get on, and also advance notice for them?
Sure. I think we'll start having like some regular sessions. I think I mean soon. I mean very soon. and we'll see. Like I think it should be like at first 2 or 3 a week, and then we'll see maybe a bit more. Like then we'll see how we go from there. And yeah. That's. I think at least we'll be able to. We'll try to have some regular times, so at least people can expect and can manage that. So before we were kind of fixing a few things, like if it's not stable, we kind of have to do it at like not. We cannot really hold a good schedule, but since now it's more stable, like the current version of the game works well. There are like of course issues with it, but it's not too bad. So we are more and more able to plan sessions ahead. So yeah.
Thank you, guys. Just let you guys know.
The
sorry.
main thing
Just
is,
let you guys
Cal,
know.
we'll have a
Yeah.
proper schedule soon. We'll have that on Discord, on socials, and you'll be able to know in advance when test sessions are. We'll also have emails going out a few hours before each test session to remind people, and then another email going out when the session goes live, so that no one misses out. So at least we're trying to keep people notified in as much as possible, so that everyone is aware. So the schedule, so you can see in advance, and then email notifications as the session is starting, so that no one misses out.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. That's what I want is advance notice. Anyway, thank you. And all my tweeting of the video gameplay is been receiving amazing positive feedback. So so far, everyone loves the game, and you guys do an awesome job as usual. Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cal.
Thank
And
you, Cal. So
create a ticket and make sure you'll get your. I think that's the process we have right now.
Yeah.
Just create a ticket to get your hat.
yeah, on Discord, and then Farwell will reach out and get your information. We'll ship that out to you as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Copy. Good to go. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks, Cal. Okay, we had a whole load of people that came up, but it took me longer than expected to get through the questions that were in the sheet that we had. So let me okay, let me see if there's any more questions in the comments. I like this one from Big Daddy. Will pets have fire breathing, and when moon? Both very good questions. Very good questions. Fire breathing, I'm not so sure. I'm not 100% sure. I cannot confirm nor deny whether they will breathe fire. We certainly have a dragon in the game. I think he breathes fire. I don't know if the pets will be breathing fire. That might be a little bit much. And when moon, soon. No financial advice, but soon. Did Bezoge know that I'm considered a walking billboard for crypto? Send me a hat. Jacob, we can send you a hat. You just need to come up and ask a question. If you click the link, come up, ask a question. We'll more than happily ship you out a hat.
Soon.
Okay, Mark F is here. Did Benji, did you just say soon?
Thanks.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Can everyone hear me? Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, good. First time, long time. Happy to be on right now. One question I had, kind of a silly question, but these are dogs. Why don't they do dog things? Like getting out of the water, shaking their fur, randomly scratching their ear, do something silly like that within the game.
That's a very good point. I like the getting out of the water thing. That would be great. That would be a really cool feature if they just shook about and sprayed some water off them when they got out of. It would be really cool.
Yeah,
actually, it's a good idea.
There could be something. Yeah, there could be some funny things to do with that. Yeah.
Maybe on an idle animation, maybe they'll run around and chase their non-existent tail. They don't have a tail.
Silly things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think that would be cool. Maybe they could grow a magical tail when they're in an idle animation. Maybe we could have some effect where they grow a magical tail and start chasing it around in circles. That would be kind of cool. I like the idea. We'll definitely note that one. I think that would add a little bit of playfulness to the game. Could be really fun.
Excellent. Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, no, that great suggestion, Mark. Get in touch for your free hat. Leave it. Please make a ticket on Discord. We'll get back to you, and if you send over your address and a ticket, Farwell will get in touch with exactly what's required, and she'll send you out your hat.
Great, thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming up. And great idea. I love that idea, actually.
There's actually a user base for that. There was a recent game that came out called Stray, where you actually are a cat in the game.
I saw that. Someone I know was playing that yesterday.
It was one of the most downloaded games recently. and it's very unique. The experience is very unique as that when you're actually playing as a cat in an environment.
It sounds like Benji knows what I'm about to say. Sounds like something that Benji would do. I recently found out that Benji takes his cat out in a stroller.
Oh no, Benji.
So yeah. Sorry,
I think
there's been a lot
that
of
could be an NPC. That'd be a pretty good NPC. Just like Benji going around with the type 2 cat.
Like he's wrong.
Benji walking around with a cat in a stroller.
A quest. It's like Benji's lost his cat and he's just like sitting there idle with his like trolley.
Oh yeah. That could be a cool quest.
NPC.
I'm sure, Benji, as soon as you told me about that, you just had pure regret that you knew I was going to mention that on an AMA.
Yeah.
You walk around with a cat in a stroller. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah, maybe it's the hair.
Okay, but yeah, great idea from Mark about the shaking the water off when he gets out the water. These sort of things, I think they're great. I do agree with Ron that there should be no butt sniffing though. That might be quite funny though. The butt sniffing animation might be. And Queason said he wants his Bezoge to come out of water like Daniel Craig and James Bond. Sorry, the questions have gone a bit out of control now.
Strollers for the pets. Actually, that was the plan all along. Like the pet Zergies will be in the stroller. That's your push in the game.
It's only safe. You can't have them walking on that dirty ground.
Nah.
That sounds like an NFT collection that's going to appear. Pet Strollers NFT collection by Benji.
By
Benji's wife. I think it's Benji's wife's stroller, not Benji's stroller. But
it's kind of a common stroller, I guess. But yeah.
You should bring the stroller on stream. You already shipped it to Switzerland, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, I already shipped it.
People would pay money to see Benji pushing his cat on a stroller. We'll make sure to put a tweet out. Someday of Benji pushing his cat in a stroller.
Yeah.
I think that would get a lot of engagement. I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Great. No, he puts his cat in the stroller, not his wife in the stroller, Queason. Just his cat, not his wife. I don't think his wife would be very happy about his stroller. Okay, we've gotten a little bit off topic. It's been a fun AMA. If there's no more questions, does anyone else have anything to add? Nick, Benji, Malcolm, do you have anything to add before we end the AMA?
No, I've got nothing.
No, I think it's just down to selecting that winning comment. But I think there's the good one, Ron's question. I think that was a pretty good one.
Did I not answer Ron's question? I think I answered Ron's question.
Yeah, for the winning prize winning.
I answered that question.
I mean, this is the one I think should win. I think it's a pretty solid.
Oh, they should win. Oh, we have the best question.
Yeah, best question.
Okay. I mean, it was a single word answer. I think.
Yeah, but I don't think I said soon.
Yeah, I don't think I said soon for this one.
You didn't say that.
Good question, though. Yeah, it was a good question. We have a good question. Michael had that question about the trailer in December having gameplay footage. We'll have a lot of gameplay footage trailers. The one that we have scheduled for December is a new cinematic trailer rather than a gameplay footage trailer. But we are looking into directly rendering out our cinematic trailers in Unity in the game. I think it gives a much better feel. Kind of like the opening cutscene of the game, where you come in and you you go through the real world, and because we've spent so much time on making the world look so beautiful that I think when we render that out directly in Unity, it looks really good. So I think we may actually render some of our cinematics directly in Unity in future.
Yeah, and that way also all the work that basically all the work that will be done to make the cinematic will be kind of included in the game. So yeah, it really helps like make the game better and stuff just by making cinematics, and I think that's also a lot faster to do for us to push out. So.
Yeah. There's a good question from Ernesto before just to leave. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it. So someone has asked, Cuisin is asking about the next beta session. We'll make an announcement soon. I'm not going to say soon. We'll make an announcement on Twitter in the next couple of days with a full schedule for the next 2 weeks. We're going to most likely confirm that internally tomorrow or on Thursday. And then we'll put out a full 2-week schedule that will try to fit in as many time zones as we can. Most likely at least 3 sessions a week for now. And then we'll begin to up the amount of sessions or maybe extend the time of the sessions. We don't want to make the sessions too long at the moment because we don't want people to complete too much of the game and to get bored of playing the game because we've not added a lot of content to the game yet in terms of all the quests. There's not that much to do, other than actually test all of the different features like the minting and run around and farm. Although people are having a lot of fun just running around farming enemies and minting weapons and progressing their way up. So there is actually a lot to do. It's just that we don't want the more that people are able to test before we launch the game, the less exciting the main launch of the game will be for people, because you're basically going to have to start from scratch again. So if you've managed to progress your character all the way up to level 99, and then suddenly you're going to come in and you're going to have a much slower Bezoge that's a lot weaker, and you're going to have to start from the beginning again, it might be a little frustrating for some testers, from some early testers. So we try to restrict the sessions as much as possible so we get the feedback that we need without letting people play too much. So yeah. In the next couple of days, I think probably by Thursday or at least by Friday, we'll announce the full schedule of beta sessions for the next 2 weeks. Okay. Anything else to add, guys, before we go?
No, good.
I'm good.
Okay. In that case, thank you everyone for joining. Did we decide on the winner of the competition? Was it Ron?
So I
The winner of the.
I think it was a solid.
I think it was a good question. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ron, get in touch. We all know who Ron is. Maybe Malcolm doesn't actually, but Ron is active in the community. He's been here since almost day one. So congratulations, Ron. You'll have a hat. You get in touch with, I think, leave a ticket on Discord. I don't know if Ron uses Discord, actually. Feel free to go into the DMs on Twitter as well. DM us on the official Twitter account, Ron. And Farwell will get in touch with you on how to get your hat. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And we'll see you on, Benji, you have a stream tomorrow, is that right?
The stream will be the day after tomorrow, so it will be on Thursday. This time, usually it should be on Wednesday, but that time Samuel couldn't join. So yeah, okay. So there will be one the day after tomorrow and one on Friday.
Okay. So we'll see everyone on the stream. It'll be this time, like Benji said, on Discord and on YouTube. YouTube is more for people to. We would always advise joining on Discord because you can see it live and actually interact and speak to Benji and Samuel as they create things. It allows you to actually properly interact. But for those that maybe join later or maybe you don't want to interact, then feel free to watch on YouTube. But it's a much better experience joining on Discord. So that's why we're going back to having both at the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the stream. And if not, we'll see you in 2 weeks on the next AMA.
Awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. See you guys.
See ya.